daily game design time, even though it is almost 9 p.m. my time. You know, I was actually up at 5 something, 5:30 maybe this morning, and then I got hit with the worst um, episode I think I've ever experienced of like a migraine and nerve irritation. So I've had this before. In fact, I remember the very first time I had one. I was wakeboarding in North Carolina or South Carolina? Nasoka Pines. Nasoka Pines. Where is this? South Carolina. It's right on the border, I guess. And it was wakeboarding. I had a pretty bad wreck, a bad fall. Just pretty much any fall, if I'm trying anything, or if anybody's trying anything on a wakeboard, is going to be pretty bad. So just like hitting my, like slapping against the water with my head, my neck, whatever. So not long after, I started having this weird vision issue where my vision started to close down, and then I started seeing kind of sparkly, shimmery features all around my vision, and it sort of moved through my vision slowly. And that was my first time ever having it. I remember where I was, like in the nurse. I think it was. I can kind of picture where I was laying down. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it happened one time, and then it was like a long break from when it happened again. But eventually, it started happening more regularly, and it's definitely not like a once a month thing. Even it's maybe once every few months. I'll have a migraine, and then I'll have this. What is it called? With aura, it's like a migraine with aura or something like that. So I had that, the worst I've ever had in my life this morning. I was up at 5:30 or 5 something, and then I just got just pummeled with this migraine, and I was like up, I was doing stuff, but I was nauseous. It was crazy. So I had to call in to school. I was supposed to sub today, and I canceled subbing. And then literally pretty much in bed, awake asleep until like 1 p.m. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, I'm really around, and it started feeling like fever. It was just insane. It was very weird. So finally it seemed to blow over. I could get back to work. I had a bunch of work to do with my my English class today, and I was glad to get that done. But then I rushed off to Armchair, picked up my badge for the con this weekend, and then left early to come back and stream. So if you see this list here, what I'm looking at is the list of games available at BGGCon in the, I forget what it's called, but like the, what is this? Virtual flea market. So what you can do is buy games from somebody, and then they'll have them there for you to pick up. There's like sometimes up to 12,000 games or 11,000 games or something like that. So I'm not looking seriously, partly because I'm only going to have a carry-on. Definitely only having a carry-on. It's my first time going to a con on the mainland, and so I want to participate as thoroughly as I can, just kind of get to know the thing. It's interesting. Cranium for $5. Yeah, so I don't have like a special interest. There was like part of me wants to get Beyond the Sun, part of me wants to get, oh yeah, part of me wants to get a game I heard of a long time ago um called Awkward Guests, which is like supposed to be an improvement on Clue, a deduction game that's supposed to be pretty good. And it does look like a bunch of these are like a good deal. But there's just too many to go through and keep track of. I suppose I could probably mark them. What is this? Oh. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to actually mark them. Like, Decrypto might be cool. Oh, what about So Clover? That one takes markers. I really wonder if someone will have it. Sagrada Artisans, but I don't really want to spend a lot of money, honestly. I feel like it's this kind of thing where I'll be just like kind of tired of looking through the list, so I'll just scan through a bunch and then miss a bunch. You know what else came to mind is like the White Castle. I think that could be kind of cool. What did I just say? Oh, So Clever. No, yes, So Clever. SETI for 50. I already have all of Set a Watch. Oh, what's the Shakespeare one? Oh, this one is out of print. I think that's why it's so expensive. Yeah, but it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know. Shards of Infinity, I remember. Well, I only tried once, but I thought the ideas were kind of cool. There's just so many out there. So I'm just kind of browsing a little bit, and then my main goal today is, for this stream, is to make a lot of progress on the rulebook for ADRA HQ. What? Slay the Spire for 200? That's nuts. Yeah, so actually the neurological thing came back this evening, like kind of right before I streamed. So I'm starting to feel some pain that's associated with that, but it's not overwhelming. Right? There's just so many games. I actually still need to sell off more. I thought Outer Rim might be cool. I don't know where. I think it would be in here. But I guess not. Right? It would be in. I think it's Star Wars Outer Realm or Outer Rim. There's just too many. Super Monday was kind of cool. Not $100 cool. I gave away a bunch of Summoner Wars that Omar gave me. 10 was not awesome in my view. It was okay, but not great. Tried to do too much. Okay, I think I can search. I don't think I saw it. I actually forgot what I was looking for originally, but now I just remembered. So, Clover. Clover. Nothing? Where? No? I don't know. I'm still using this kind of lowish resource browser, and I still don't know how to use it exactly. Where is the search bar? There it is. Nothing. No. They have all the 5-minute stuff. Well, it's impressive. It's cool that they can put together such a big event. I'm sure there's lots of games that would be cool to experience, but I just don't really know them all. I don't have a specific interest. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll go through my rulebook writing process. It's kind of like cheating. I want to hang on to some of this stuff. What's cool is Ryan, that's the guy I'm going to BGG-Con with. He said he'd be willing to, like, mule back games for me. I thought that was ridiculous and cool. Okay, so I'm going to go into Gemini, where I think we have the content, most of the content for the rulebook. Yeah. Let's work on the rulebook. I really hope I'm feeling good tomorrow. See, that's already maybe a bad sign. Neurological incapacity. Okay, let's see how far we got. Place HQ, good. Good. Okay, I'm adding a card type. Event cards. I'll be adding 5 for now. I'll explain the rules for these. When they are revealed like any challenge card, they generally have some effect on the game, as long as they are unresolved. Yeah, I think I'm not functioning at peak levels right now. It feels like that. And I think my typing betrays that. I'm not having a stroke or anything, but like, I wonder if this is a taste of what it feels like to be kind of planning on taking an action or doing something, and then it just doesn't really work like that. Like typing. This happens too. I'm not super tired, but when I have a mild migraine, I can yawn a little more. Is there resolved? Here are the current. Oh, to resolve them, players discard. I can't spell anything. Discard cards from their hand. Play cards. Yeah. The icons on the cards don't matter. What matters instead is the number of cards discarded to that event card. When the correct number is discarded, is played. When the correct number is played, that card is resolved as any other challenge card. And the ongoing effect, if any, stops. Cards. What did I make? I made 5, right? Yeah, you can just pull them up. But screen top. Actually, play would have been fine. Here they are. So reverse, refocus. Oh yeah, okay. Reverse. Play reverses direction. To resolve 5 cards. What's this one? Refocus costs. Maybe difficult refocus. It costs players to refocus ADRA HQ. To resolve. Three. Three, and then the seed is 3. Seed shortage. Players may not play. Oh, interesting. This is a tricky one. Players may not play Any cards? I guess I should say effect, right? Effect. Water shortage. Effect. May not play. Oh. To resolve. 3 cards, I believe. May not play. What else? Yeah, players may not play any cards with the water icon from. The tricky thing is that the way this is written, that includes cards cannot be played to this, even though they'd be face down and other players might not know, they still can't play over here. To resolve 4 cards, I think it was. Effect. No effect. To resolve 4 cards. Let's just use these for now. At the normal difficulty, two of these event cards would get shuffled in. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna last, honestly. Shuffled into the challenge card deck. While 2 challenge cards would be removed. Oh yeah, let's see if we can figure this out. Whew, yeah. Okay, these numbers aren't right, but I'm not going to slow down and fix them. Form the mission deck, randomly select. Okay. The actions are now different. Draw a card and pass the turn. If you can play a card on you can take 2 actions in any combination of these 2 options. Refocus, play a card, or refocus. If you complete a challenge card during your turn, if you complete a challenge card at any time, during your turn, sweep away. The associated resource cards. Okay, what else do we need to know here? I'll just say up to up to 2 actions in any combination of these 2 options. Oh yeah, this is crazy. I really hope I can go to school tomorrow. Man, migraines are crazy. I've never had them like twice in one day like this. Yeah, I think this streamlining has been really, really effective. Because like one thing I'm having Jim and I do right now is remove this. Yep, it did it nicely. What's great now is there are really only 3 things you can do, and only 2 things you can actually do on your turn. But I think it still feels engaging. I think you're still making decisions. So if you cannot play a card, draw a card from your deck and pass the turn. If you can play, then you can do 2 things. You can take 2 actions in any combination of these options. You can play a card, you can refocus. So you can play 2 cards, you can refocus, then play a card, or play a card, then refocus. Oh, I think I need to change. I think I need to change these. Adjust the player powers too. The special advanced character abilities. Teacher. Is 6. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it really was just it was just the teacher. For the teacher, okay. So I think, except for some of the advanced stuff that I was brainstorming yesterday. By the way, I should describe the meeting. The meeting I had with the ADRA rep yesterday was very, very positive. We actually didn't end up playing the game. We could have, because I have the mod updated and ready to go. But instead what we did, and this is on screen top, instead what we did is pretty much talk through some of the updates. We'll talk through the game itself. I don't know that she had really had a clear idea of how the game was going to work. So showed her this screen. We like zoomed in on some cards that included some of these newer ones, like a 3-round challenge. So what's great is this game, it has 117 cards. I think currently, well, it'll have like around 125 or so. And then we'll also have some of these extra cards that we can just throw in with some more information or with challenges or other variants. So I was also thinking that most games, I think you really should not design variants into the game, or at least not many. This one, I'm actually comfortable designing variants in, partly because we want, like the audience is going to be diverse. So for sure there's going to be a kids version, a normal version, and an advanced version. I wouldn't call solo a variant, but you can also play solo. But we'll have those 3. And the kids version is going to be more active. So these event cards that I've started adding, like this one makes the direction of play reverse. This one makes refocusing cost an extra card. This one makes it so you can't play certain types of cards from your hand. And then, where is it? This one is there's no effect. But for the kids one, I think we can do stuff like play with one of your hands on top of your head, or run around the table at the start of your turn. So it's stuff that will slow them down, but it'll also make the game like more active and kind of sillier. And we can adjust like the number of cards or the time, or whatever kind of other difficulty factors or knobs we have to turn. We can do that too. Yeah, so that's cool. Anyway, I showed her, like, talked her through some of that stuff. Told her about the special abilities, and I added a little flavor text that shows that they're slightly thematic. Here's the list of the variants that I think we'll include. I want to say that when we looked up Dutch Blitz, there's like 180 cards in Dutch Blitz maybe, and the packaging, the box is still fairly small, so I don't feel bad adding in some of these extra parameters and a few other cards. Yeah, then difficulty scaling. We talked a little bit about that. So she was very, very happy with the game. The direction of it. There was a fun moment to even describe. So I think she hasn't played very many cooperative games. And so it was interesting to say how to describe how cooperative games can actually go very, very terribly. And people can have a really negative experience with them. And it's partly because of the behavior of the other players. So it was also cool to be able to describe that, and that was kind of surprising for her. And then right after, I also said how one of my good friends who play tested the game, she said one of the things that makes cooperative games so negative was actually pretty hard to do in this game. And that thing, of course, is alpha gaming or quarterbacking, where you pretty much run somebody else's turn. But here is a nice balance because you can't know the situation. The game's going so fast, you really can't make that decision for everybody. And also, it's a cool balance because you will also find yourself asking the next player in turn what their preference is going to be if you have the ability to refocus for them. So in a way, that person is going to be taking half of your turn for you, which might feel not great, but at least it spreads around. You know, you're taking your turn, sure, but then you're also really coordinating with or cooperating with the other players, and I think that's great. So it's a cool balance there. Let's go check on the rule book. I think we got most of this stuff in there now. Yeah. So, I really just needed a rule book because I think we're pretty close to, I don't want to be overconfident here, but I think we're fairly close to blind playtesting. So I'm going to be playtesting over the weekend at the con, and then playtesting whenever I can find more people to test. Oh, we have James Ernest. I still need to talk with Van and Megan about that, but we've invited James Ernest to do some game design stuff with us after the con, a couple days after next week. So James Ernest from Cheap Ass Games. I forget what his newer project is, but he'll join us, and hopefully he'll play test a little bit with me. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it early. I really just wanted to get this rulebook updated, and it's got most things there. I've got a really pounding kind of headache migraine situation going on, so I'm gonna go to bed. But thanks for joining, and look forward to hanging out with you. Oh, did my camera move? Maybe. Look forward to hanging out with you soon. My aim, I stream daily except for Saturdays, and it just so happens that this is an odd time for me, just because of that crazy migraine stuff earlier today. But I should be on tomorrow morning, God willing, and then ready to rock. To get more of what done, I'm not too sure. I know I want to make a sell sheet for this game, which is more of like an info sheet for Sharon to pass out. And then I also want to have something ready for the con. Maybe like a little something like an info sheet I can print out that'll connect everybody to our Discord and the retreat info and stuff like that. Anyway, again, thanks so much. Have a good night, and I will see you soon.